Ohio. Anatoctri, the city and the commune in France, the administrative center of Department du Loire and the Central region. Main town of the historic area Orleans. It is located on Loire River, in 130 km to the southwest from Paris. The population minus 113,224 people. 2009. History. Orleans was founded as the main town of the Celtic tribe of Cornet, Cenabum was called. In the 52nd year BB it is destroyed by Caesar and restored in 275 by the Emperor Aurelian, in honor of whom since the 5th century Aurelianum began to be called. Since then, for the last 1700, the name of the city didn't change, only reading, and then and writing according to rules of French changed. In 451 the leader of Huns Attila tried to take and plunder the city, but at the last minute was stopped by the arrived army under joint command of the king of Visigoths Theodoric I and the Roman commander Aetian. Also a part of the Alan which came together with Vandals and lodged in the neighborhood of the city since 408 joined the Allied army. According to the Gothic historian of Jordan, Alana were put in the center of fighting orders in fight on Catalonsky fields under supervision of the king Sangiban, as brought a victory to Rome. In the historical province Orleans there are about 100 settlements reminding of stay of these people. Elaine, Alenville. It is probable that from there is also French name, Elaine, recorded in sources from 6th century AD. However, in several years after fight, Aureliansky Alana were subdued by Visigoths and were a part of the Vestgotsky kingdom Toulouse. In 511, 532, 541, 549 years in Orleans church cathedrals were carried up. Sometime Orleans was the capital of the Orleans kingdom, which was formed after division of the Franksky kingdom, in which the rules Hlodomir. On November 27, 511, on June 25, 524. During Charles the Great's government the city became the scientific center of the Franksky state. In the 10-11 centuries Orleans was the second most important city of royal lands after Paris. In the 10th century it became important fortress. In 1306 in the city the university was founded. Siege of Orleans in 1428, 1429, one of the most important events of Centenary War. After a 7-month siege the city was freed on May 8 by troops under Jeanne d'Arc's leadership, then it began to call the Orleans Maiden. During religious wars of the 16th century Orleans was one of the centers of distribution of Calvinism, but after the events which followed the massacre of St. Bartholomew in 1572 when in the city about 1,000 Huguenots were killed, influence of Catholics amplified. In 1560 in the city the Estates General, for the first time after a 76-year break, were convoked. During French-Prussian War of 1870-1871 Orleans after sieges was twice taken Prussian army. During World War II the city was under the power of fascist troops since 1940, is freed in 1944. During war the city strongly suffered from bombings of the United States Air Force in May 1944, many monuments of architecture were destroyed. Climate. In Orleans a temperate sea climate with soft winter and in the warm summer. Education. In the early Middle Ages was considered to get an education in Orleans prestigious. In the 6th century, the son of the king of Burgundy, Guntram na Gundabad, studied here. Charles the Great, and then Gugu Capet sent to Orleans to study the eldest sons. In the middle of the 13th century's educational institutions of the city were widely known. The glory expatiated on them to Italy and England, from where people came to get an education. In 1230, when teachers of the Parisian Sorbonne were temporarily dismissed, part of them found a haven in Orleans. When in 1298 Pope Boniface VIII published the 6th collection of Decretalia, he charged 2 doctors of Bologna and Orleans to accompany them with comments. The Saint Ivo Kermartensky, 1253-1303, who is considered as the patron of lawyers, notaries, lawyers and judges, studied civil law in Orleans. The Pope Clement V studied the right and literature here. The bull issued by him on January 27, 1306 in Lyon declared creation in Orleans of the university, one of the oldest in France and Europe. The following 12 fathers provided to the university everything new privileges. In the 14th century, added about 5,000 students from France studied to Germany, Lorraine, Burgundy, Champagne, Picardy, Normandy, Touraine, Guyenne, Scotland. In 1793 the university was abolished by convention, recreated in 1962. At the university, Johann Rachlin, Jean Calvin, Etienne de la Boissy, Pierre Fermat, Molière, Charles Perrault, Jean de la Bruyère at different times studied. Sites: Gothic Cathedral of Street Crow, Cathedral of the Sacred Cross. The facade of the 18th century was under construction since 13th century. The first church was constructed on this place in 330, at the time of the Roman Empire. Modern construction of cathedrals seriously suffered in 1568 during disorders of Protestants. At the expense of the King Protestant Henry IV Navarski trying to restore religious tolerance, reconstruction of the temple is carried out. At a turn of the 16th-17th centuries. Street Crows Cathedral, the center of the Orleans Diocese. It is constructed in Gothic style. Is the property of the state. It is open for public visits. It is recognized as a historical monument in 1862. It is located at Place Sainte-Croix, square of the same name. Church of Saint Evert. Since 1170, it is reconstructed in the 15th and 17th centuries. Renaissance Church of Notre Dame des Recouvrants, 1513-19. Boutico Renaissance near an old town hall, 1513-1519. Nowadays the Museum of Fine Arts. Korolovskaya Street, 1752-1760. Historical Museum. Residential development of late Gothic, Renaissance, Baroque and Classical styles. During World War II, old quarter of the city with wide boulevards and embankments along Loire was strongly destroyed. After war it was newly built up with maintaining style of buildings of the 18th century, but at reconstruction need for the modern transport system was also considered. In the 1970th years, new districts of the city along old boulevards and highways appeared. Economy. Anatoctree, the large industrial center. Mechanical engineering. Production of details for cars and tractors, electric motors, farm vehicles. Pharmaceutical, food. Flour grinding, canning, acetic. Clothing industry. Within 50 km from the city there are 2 nuclear power plants. Dampierre and Saint Laurent. Transport. Anatic, the important automobile and railway transport hub of France. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.